Hey folks, this is Richard Haick with Zenny62. The, self-imposed deadline by the A's to get a deal done here in Oakland for Howard Terminal has come and gone. And it's unlikely that a deal will get done this year. And that puts Mayor Schaaf in a really hairy predicament for her political career, because with the loss of the Raiders, the failings of the Oakland city government, we got the corruption in the police department, the fire department, trying to close schools, homelessness, so these many things, not just the Raiders and the loss of the Warriors, but now the very possible loss of the A's, doesn't look good on a resume. If she has political aspirations beyond her mayorship, which she terms out of at the end of the year, well, actually be into next year, but after this she's done. And if you don't have, I can't really think of very many positive things that she's done in the city of Oakland. And frankly, if she's running for governor or lieutenant governor or whatever she wants to run for, I think anybody worth their salt could make very easy work of picking apart her failures. Couldn't get deals done, couldn't fix homelessness. These are important things, not just to people in Oakland, but in California and across the country. If you can't keep your city safe and clean and educated and with work, that's gonna be pretty tough to sell to voters in other parts of the state or the country. I mean, California on its own is gonna have putting anybody anywhere is gonna be tough. Politicians from California are gonna face an uphill battle, whether you're the current governor or anybody who wants to maybe run for president or senate or something like that at the national level. People are going to look at these these last few decades of failures in Oakland and say, why would we ever trust you to preside over this district or this country or wherever that may be? Because I tell you what, I sure wouldn't. And this isn't a left or right sort of deal. This is a who in their right mind would vote for somebody who has very little political ammunition going forward. If she could somehow pull a miracle and in the next week or so say, hey, we've got something ready to go, that would definitely increase her political capital going forward. But that seems highly unlikely right now, and that's just the unfortunate truth. I don't have anything necessarily against the mayor, but it's this is just a truth that has to be told. I know Zenny has his familial ties to the mayor, but there's been a lot of things that have been done wrong and could have been done much better had she listened to the outsiders, if you want to call them that, people within her own circle who told her, hey, do it this way, and they don't do it that way. And this is where we're at now. You know, as for this Howard Terminal project, they should have had people who hired and whose whole job was to put this and get this damn thing done. And it hasn't happened. It will be required if something does happen, and they somehow turn this around. You know, this committee or group or whatever you want to call it is something that has to happen. It's the holidays, and we're like waiting until the last minute to do something about it. I don't get that. You know, there are some things that have been done right, but I'm glad that Oakland, as a whole, between the city council and the mayor, did not give up the goat here to the A's and said, hey, you've got to pay for these things, and we're not going to give you all this extra money that you're asking for. And you know, we're not going to put Oakland voters and taxpayers through hell like other places, you know, have done. You know, that's not fair to a city that needs so many things. You know, here I'm over here actually on Linden. By the way, this is a fabulous street that's just kind of lost. I love these buildings, old brick warehouses, old can breweries just on the other side of that blue food truck there. But here we are, tracks. There's Schnitzer. This is Howard Terminal. I'm looking at it, I'm going, this would be really cool. But then I look over here, and if I go onto the other side of the street over here, there's a lot of trash. There's homeless people. There's trucks that are just cars that are abandoned. It's dirty. You know, this could be something better, but this is going to be the legacy of Libby Schaaf. And again, it's not a left or right thing. The fact is, even if you're a Democrat, what can you say she has done for your city, for your party, for anything? You know, I'm really having a hard time with that, and I'm not coming here to trash her. It's just these are just realities that, you know, beg the question. You know, what does she do from here? Does she run for office? Does she go back to the corporate world? You know, that's a tough one. Whatever she does, I wish her well. But it's got to be better than this. It's got to be better than this. All right, guys. Hopefully things do turn around. Hopefully we have something positive to say soon, and really make this happen. You know, hey, an election is coming up. If we can't get this nailed down in this year, you got to be looking forward to that next administration. You got to be looking to say, hey, who's going to come in here and fix these problems that are going to be left behind by the mayor, the exit of the vice mayor. She's running for the Wilma Chan's county seat. So that will be that Rebecca Kaplan, by the way. I didn't mention her name. You know, she will not be back on the city council. I don't think anybody's running against her. I haven't looked lately, but I don't see anybody taking that seat from her when it comes down to it. You know, there are people who could come on to the city council that are against this project. Will kill it in a heartbeat. Same thing with mayoral candidates. And hey, if there's a great reason to kill this project, and it is for the betterment of Oakland, I have to say I'm all for it. I love my team, but I love my city a little bit more. And you know, it would suck, but hey, if your only reason for killing it is because you have some broken ideas, or you didn't do your homework, or you know, you've you've got somebody in your ear, or maybe you're just a Giants fan, I don't know, whatever it is, if it's based on false narratives and or just a lack of knowledge, then that's bad for all of us, but I'm all for somebody making a good deal. That's a win for Oakland, and if that means no deal is the win for Oakland, then that's what it has to be. Anyways, if you're in Oakland, you're a voter, please read your pamphlets, get studied on your candidates, get out there, say something about them. If you know a guy who's running and you back him, you can push this one way or another as voters. And a lot of people have feelings of disenfranchisement from the voting world. They think that, hey, your vote doesn't matter. It does. And I'll tell you what, voting matters more at your local level than it does at the national level. Those votes are going to affect you more at your local level than at the national level. Your city council and your mayor and certain political bodies, whether it's AC Transit or BART or the school board, those are going to affect you and your kids more than who's the president and who's going to be the next senator. Be educated, know what you're looking for, and just read the pamphlets that you're going to get in the mail. Go do your research on your political candidates, whether it's party candidates or something. There's going to be tons of information on platforms. Get out there and vote. Make your voice known. Don't stay at home, because if you are one of those stay-at-home guys and this doesn't go your way, you might be one of those guys kicking yourself in the butt because you probably could have put it over the top. So that being said, I'm gonna let this one go. Keep it short. It's only 12 and a half minutes. Hey, you guys, have a great rest of your weekend, and like and subscribe, Zeddy62, and hopefully we'll have better news coming up. Go Ace.